In this video, we're going to talk about what actually happens when you stop chasing, when you actually change the behaviours that you've been doing that might have been pushing someone away and actually create a pull instead. And we're going to look at this in detail because you've seen it all before, you've heard it all before, you've seen it written all over the manifesting community. Stop chasing and you will change a dynamic in a positive way whenever you stop doing those things that are actually on some level pushing someone away. It's very interesting. There's a lot of social science in it. So I'm really excited to dive into this. Before I get into this video, I'd just like to point out how absolutely over the moon I am that the weather in the UK right now is so beautiful. I don't even know how long I'll last out here because it's so hot, and the UK is not living up to its reputation of it raining all the time. By the way, that is a complete myth. It doesn't rain all the time in the UK. So even if you're here in October, by the way, for the retreat, it's likely to still be really, really nice at the beginning of October. I'm so excited about this retreat. If you've been thinking about it and you would like to have a conversation with me and Mo together are doing calls where you can ask us both any questions and we can help you get off the fence and decide one way or another. If you're unsure and you've got some questions and you'd like some clarity on things, we'd love to talk to you. It's going to be an incredibly transformational few days, and it's really over 5 days. And we're really going to dive into relationships, dynamics, understanding your relational patterns, how you specifically relate to people, and evolving out of some of those things that might not be serving you, including limiting beliefs, stories, all of that stuff. It's going to be amazing. And you're going to be with me and Mo and people that you're going to be friends with, I'm sure, for a really long time, because that's what happens in these close environments and retreats like this. So I'd love to see you there. If you've got any questions about that, just let me know. It's a very, very beautiful, tranquil place to be. So, right, the other thing that I want to say as well is that I've got a few spaces left on the Conscious Creators Masters Academy, which at the moment is still £450, which is £200 less than it usually is. So if you would like to come along and you've been thinking about that, also you can book in a call with me and we can talk about that too. I'd love to see you in that group. It's, again, a very, very special community where you can learn so much about yourself through group coaching, which honestly is actually more powerful than one-to-one coaching at times. So I would love to see you there. If you've got any questions about that, just let me know. Okay, so when we are chasing, and by chasing, what I mean is we are thinking about this person all the time. And I know sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you are just thinking about someone a lot. So if you're thinking about someone all the time, you're likely doing other things like checking their social media, really double checking their social media, asking people about this person, maybe checking what they're doing at work. You might be checking, and all of this is in some way putting all the focus on them, so it's not on you, right? So whenever you're thinking about this person all the time, your focus can't also be on you at the same time. And really what we want to do is focus on you becoming the best version of you, right? Because when we're focused on them and we see them as the prize, we see them as the thing that we need, we see them as the key to our happiness in some way, then we're really diminishing our own sense of how we believe we can feel about ourselves and our own power. And we need to change that. We need to become the power. We need to become the source of where we find our happiness, where we can set boundaries, where we trust ourselves, where we know what's good for us, where we know what's not good for us, right? So we need to learn the language of ourselves by giving ourselves time. So if someone is choosing to be away from you right now and they're being distant, maybe they're not replying so much, I know it's horrible. It's horrible because it brings up all these abandonment feelings and feeling disappointed and feeling lonely. I know, I really, really know. But trust me, if you can actually think, right, this is a blessing in disguise, and I don't necessarily even need to understand it. I just need to know that this is a blessing in disguise and gives me the opportunity to pull back and actually focus on myself instead. Okay, and focus on you being the pull, because whenever you are doing things that are chasing, checking, texting, double texting, asking people, all those messages and that energy gets back to that person, and what that does is creates this push-pull, right? We don't want to be this push-pull. We want to be the pull, right? So if you can actually just see yourself as right now, the truth is that you are so worthy, and that this person does not dictate that. They just don't. So you've got to have the inspiration to become the best version of you, and that's what this time apart is doing. That's what it's doing. And if it's not time apart, say you're in contact with them every day, say you see them every day at work or whatever, and they're not doing what you want them to do, still you could be doing things that are chasing. Now, what I want you to do is list all the things that you're doing that might be chasing, and really get really clear on that list of what actually you're doing, so that you can visually see, oh, I'm doing that thing again that's chasing, and I need to stop doing that behavior because I want to create more what's the word, not disconnection, but detachment from this situation. And that detachment is not for them to suddenly miss you, but it's actually for you. Because when we're in that place of really strong attachment, it's painful, it's horrible, isn't it? We're not okay there, we're not happy there. And so we want to create a bit of distance by refocusing on you and stopping doing all those behaviours, and focusing on doing things that you love, things that you enjoy, and really knowing within yourself that you're good enough. Because that's the goal, is for you to see yourself as the pull, right? Rather than the push. You're the pull. Do you get that? You're amazing. You're incredible. You need to know that you're actually amazing, and that this person has temporarily skewed your vision of that by, you know, seemingly not doing what you think they would do if you were amazing, but actually you are, and you don't need them to do that for you to know that that's the truth, right? So instead, what you're going to do is make a list of all the things that you love about yourself, right? So these are the two lists. You're going to make a list of all the things that you're doing that are chasing, and you're going to stop doing them as much as is physically possible. Stop doing those things. Yeah, I know it's really hard at times, but really limit them, pull them right back. Then make a list of all the things that you actually love about yourself, so that you can see yourself as the pull. Then I want you to just get on with your life and do things that you love. I know this is easier said than done, and that you will think about this person, and that's normal, okay? That's completely and utterly normal. But for the most part, if you can see yourself as the pull and really affirm that to yourself, not by robotically doing it, I suppose you can if you want to and if you believe that, but really affirming and saying to yourself, I'm good enough, I am the reason why people, you know, want to be around me, talk to me, because I'm amazing. And you've got to really feel within yourself that you actually are. And I know that's hard, because there's, you know, beliefs, there's childhood stuff, and maybe there's some of that needs to be uncovered through coaching, through, you know, talking to people about that, because that's an important part of the process. But even if you don't do that, by doing things that build your confidence, right? By putting yourself out of your comfort zone, doing things that are new, creating novelty, creating newness in your life, you are building your confidence, and you realise that actually there can be a bit of detachment from you and this person, and it creates space between you and the obsessive thoughts that you're thinking about this person that lead you to those behaviours. Then you realise that you actually don't need this person, and then that creates the pull. And this person will feel that energy. This person will feel that change, and it happens over and over and over again. I'm a coach. I see thousands of people. I've seen so many people. I've watched this happen. I know that it happens because I've seen it. I've experienced it myself, obviously, with my own relationship that I'm in now. It all comes back to how you feel about yourself, and that's got to be your focus. You becoming the best version of you, because that creates the pull. You being in alignment with who you are, you doing the things that you love, you becoming the things that you want to be, the partner that you want to be, right? That's where your focus has got to be, because you can't change them, you can only change you. So let that be your focus, and give it time. Don't think it's going to happen overnight. Give it time, and then watch as this relationship changes. Trust me, it's really interesting. So if you'd like some help with this, I've got my Conscious Creators, which is a beautiful place to do this in. Honestly, it's amazing, where you meet other people just like you. And I've got my retreat coming up in October. Both of those things are going to be incredible. So if you'd like any more information about that, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.